Hi and welcome back. We're now in week 3 of integrating technologies. This week we're going to focus on alternate products and study aids. Okay, in the instructional video section, you're going to notice I've provided some videos on something called Sutori. This is formerly a site that was formerly known as History. If you're familiar with that site, there's one for ThingLink and one for Canva. Now Sutori is a nice option. It's based on a timeline model, but it's really more flexible than that. It really doesn't have to be a timeline, and it's a way for presenting information where you can embed videos, graphics, text, and also embed questions to check for understanding along the way. So a nice tool, a good tool for students to use. ThingLink starts with a background image. Students select the background image and then provide links to other resources over the top of that. Now, this can be used both by teachers to present information and by students to show information. One of the more powerful aspects is that you can link to anything that's on the web. So not only can you link to an existing website, but you can create your own documents or resources in Google Drive and link to them. Canva is a great program that facilitates the creation of professional-looking documents in a variety of formats, including things like YouTube banners, infographics, as well as more traditional formats. The last one is something called Bubble Us. This is kind of like a little bonus. It's rather simple, and it's something that you can take a couple of minutes and watch. You may decide you want to use it with your students. It's not something that I would consider robust enough to use for this assignment. So that's an extra, but don't use Bubble Us for the assignment itself. Now, the weekly project, of course, has to do with alternate product. The directions are located here. And this is the placeholder for the grade. What you're going to do, because these things exist out on the web, and you're not going to have a hard product, you're going to have a link to a product, is that you're going to create a Google Doc in your Integrating Technologies folder. You're going to name it Alternate Product Dash and your last name, and then you're going to include on it a title, a very brief description, and a link to that product. So double check that that's going to give us access, that the permissions are set correctly on the site in order to allow you to do that. That information should be included in the videos. The activity for the week revolves around study aid resources. So if you were to click on that, you would see that I've got a video to Quizlet, Study Stack, quizzes. If you know of another study aid, that's perfectly fine. Just send me an email and we'll discuss that and get you started on that if you'd rather do something else. And these are tools that students would use. So if you were a student, if you were learning a new subject as an adult, you could use this, or you could just pass it along to your students. The directions for this are rather simple. You're going to choose one of them, and you're going to create a study stack or whatever it's called in that particular program, so that you can internalize the new information. Now these study aids tend to be with lower end skills such as memorization or acquiring new vocabulary, acquiring new concepts, but not applying them per se or using them in a sophisticated way. But of course those things are necessary as you're working your way up to higher level skills. So just as with the alternate products assignment, you're going to create a Google Doc. You're going to include the same types of things, brief description, title, and a link out so that we can go out and we can check out your study stack or the resource that you've created. You do have some additional resources at the bottom you're welcome to look at and explore. But that's the gist of it for week 3. As always, email me with any questions or concerns. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can.